Broadcasting live from the True Crime Today studios to the world. This is Murder in the Morning with Tony Bruschi and Stacey Cole.
From the Hit Killers Podcast, Murder in the Morning.
Sean Diddy Combs, obviously facing those serious federal charges, including sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy. Amid accusations, he led a pattern of abuse and coercion against women for over a decade. According to the indictment, Combs allegedly employed a network of associates to intimidate victims, to keep them silent through acts such as kidnapping, arson, and physical violence. Combs, who has, of course, pled not guilty, appeared in Manhattan federal court, where Judge Arun Subramanian, because we're going to have to learn this here. Let's, because this is new. Subramanian. It's Submaranian.
Subramanian. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It's Subramanian. So I'm just going to have to think like Subway. Subramanian? Okay. It's Subramanian. That's kind of a cool
Judge
name.
Sub.
I like that name. That's cool. Set for a trial date in May. Never heard that one. The legal proceedings follow Combs' arrest on September 16th, which led to the seizure of 96 electronic devices from his residence in Miami, Los Angeles, and a private airport in Florida. Prosecutors highlighted the significance of these devices, stating that 8 of them contained over 90 terabytes of data. That's a lot of data. The volume of information is extraordinary, Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson remarked, explaining delays in processing the evidence. At a recent court hearing, Combs' legal team attempted to deflect accusations against him by pointing to a leaked video aired by CNN in May. The footage allegedly shows Combs assaulting his former protege and girlfriend, singer Cassie, in a hotel hallway in 2016. Combs later posted a video on social media expressing regret, stating, "I was disgusted when I did it. I am disgusted now." His lawyers, however, accused the Department of Homeland Security of leaking the video, which they say has tainted public opinion.
That video is not the only thing that did it.
It tainted public opinion. And your point,
Yeah, right?
Your point being, if this is who this man is, that would be the public basing their opinion on fact. And if the public didn't know that this is who this man was, of course they'd have a different opinion. But then,
Well, and aren't they
there's
going to
this.
show that in court as evidence as well?
Well, yes. The quote here is, "These government leaks have led to damaging, highly prejudicial pretrial publicity that could only taint the jury pool." And he really said taint in a weird way, which is kind of weird. I'm kidding.
Kind of makes me chuckle a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm a child when it comes to those things.
Well, and the nature of these horrible fucking
Right.
people. And to deprive Mr. Combs of his right to a fair trial, they argued in court. Federal prosecutors responded denying that he had possession of the video before CNN aired it. They further emphasized the seriousness of the charges and the risk Combs possesses if released, prompting the judge to enforce a gag on both parties to limit public statements related to the case.
I don't know about that.
Efforts to secure bail for Combs have repeatedly failed. Judges previously rejected a $50 million bail package that included home detention, electronic monitoring, a brand new Ninja, and we're not talking the home appliance. He gets a Ninja. Okay, that wasn't in there. Citing the potential risk of witness tampering. Combs' legal team contends that the proposed bail package would significantly mitigate any risk, claiming that the court's prior decisions reflected exaggerated rhetoric from the prosecution. They urged...
Wait a second. They left off the no women visiting or something. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, and no women can visit unless it's a family member.
Right.
Yep.
How can you leave that off? That's a huge...
That's a big one. They urged the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals to overturn these bail rulings, arguing that Combs would be unable to pose a danger or contact witnesses under house arrest. Yeah, it's really hard to contact people when you're just in the confines of your own home. I don't know how we all do it.
In the confines of your mansion, for F's sake.
We're doing our shows from the confines of our own home. We can contact anyone from our home. I'm going to imagine he's not living on Little House on the Prairie, where he couldn't call and intimidate or hire someone to intimidate physically people that he may not want to talk. In jail? All that shit is monitored, motherfucker.
Yeah, and that's the thing. There's a lot of people that they're going to need for this trial. And if he's out, they're not going to talk. They're going to be afraid because of what they've dealt with him for decades. You know, we may even end up seeing Justin Bieber in a courtroom because of this.
I mean, it's going to be interesting who all will be in there, you know, to watch this or be there to testify against and share their experiences with this man, good, bad, everything. And I think you're going to have a huge array of people that are going to end up testifying. And the thing is, you've already had a huge array of people that have testified to a grand jury. You just don't know who the hell they are because all that's confidential. But there likely already have been these parades of people, celebrities, through the grand jury process already. Will some of that end up going to public in an actual trial? Yeah, I mean, some of that, you know, will be probably brought up as witnesses then too.
Well, and that's the other thing that we talked about when this first happened. If there was nothing there, he wouldn't have been arrested.
The feds don't fuck around.
Especially with somebody this famous.
No, they're not going to risk something like this being wrong.
Right.
With any chance of this being wrong, because then they'll be sued and it would be the hugest egg on somebody's face. They went in knowing full well that these charges against him are foolproof, that there is the evidence is overwhelming, undisputable evidence. I guess you could say. There's not a, well, maybe let's see how this plays out in court. No, they fucking have the case.
Yeah. And they're not going to risk their reputation by not having a case and bringing in a huge superstar like this.
No, it's
they sat down in a meeting and said, do we really have what we need? And they went, yeah, we do.
Finally. But they waited a long time till they knew they had absolutely everything and talked to absolutely everyone they needed to before they put him in cuffs. That's why it took so long, because they're talking to so many people and they weren't going to go and arrest him before they talked to the people that they needed to talk to, because once he's arrested, everybody shuts up. So, yeah, they needed to do what they needed to do. So anybody of importance, at least as far as they were in the investigation then, I'm sure has already been talked to. But this thing keeps going. So there's going to be, more people that they're going to want to speak with.
It's going to be so ugly. It's already ugly. It's going to get really ugly. Talk about spring break, baby.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting. In the trial for May, I'm going to be interested to see if we make it by May.
I don't think he will. Do you?
He wants it. It's in his best interest probably to get it done.
Think he's going to survive?
No.
Neither do I.
Not at all. I mean, like survive, like make it to the trial, like breathing and live to the trial? Or do did you think he was going to like survive the trial and like get out free?
No, I think this is just a theory. I don't know anything. I don't have any connections. I think he's going to get taken out unless they've got him so horribly protected. I don't think he's going to make it to trial.
Your 7-day Diddy forecast calls for a 20% chance of a shanking and a 90. Well, I don't know. I mean, if they keep him,
he's probably not in Gen Pop at all.
No, he's not. And he never will be.
But that doesn't mean that somebody couldn't get to him.
Well, look at Epstein.
See?
If I were him, that would be my main concern, honestly, is somebody coming in the middle of the night.
Getting popped in the pokey.
And making it look like a suicide. That's what I'd be concerned for.
Well, and a suicide seems plausible. Look at everything he's lost. I mean, there is no bright side to Diddy's life at this point.
No, I mean, there is a thing. God, Siobhan was talking about it. Is it narcissistic implosion? It's something like
yes.
that. Where it's literally an implosion where nothing works anymore. All the excuses, everything basically, a narcissist is going to ping pong it out and it'll come back eventually. Then they got to throw it back out there again. Comes back. Basically, then when you hit it against a wall, it doesn't go anywhere. It just stays in the fucking room. And for the narcissist, they need the balls to keep fucking moving. But they're all there, and you can't ping pong them out anymore. And they go fucking nuts. And basically, that's the implosion where, it turns suicidal. It can just turn to very, manic, dangerous behavior. There's, just go into, mental illness as well.
Well, and think about it. This game that you've been playing your entire life, it's up. It's over. It's not working anymore. And it's all you know how to do.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do at that point?
Right now, I'm guessing he believes he has a chance.
Well, I wish him the best of luck.
I don't. I wish him no luck whatsoever.
Well, I was being sarcastic.
Yeah,
yes,
it was a figure of speech, and you're like, oh, that's a weird one to say to this.
I get it, though. I get it.
Yeah. No, I wish him no luck whatsoever. I hope he fails miserably at any attempt, and there's no chance that he's ever resurrected. I hope he goes down like Kmart in flames. Not love. Well, actually, I think a lot of people still love Kmart. So I can't think of anything that anybody really hated that went out of business.
I hated that Radio Shack went out of business, but I loved them.
Yeah, like what's a horrible business that like went out in flames because they were so bad?
I can't think of one.
Yeah.
Our listeners are screaming it to us right now. There's got to be something.
There's plenty of like, here's one. Anyway, the evidence is just so fucking overwhelming. There's no way that he's not gonna, get out of this. Efforts to secure bail for Combs have repeatedly failed. The judge's previous rejection of $50 million bail package. We already talked about that part.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. The charges against Combs stem from the alleged incidents that go back all the way to 2008. Prosecutors claim that the evidence they've gathered reveals a disturbing pattern, because it does, of criminal behavior orchestrated over several years, including explicit digital records. And I mean, this is where I'm sure the feds said, okay, we have everything. We've got our people we talk to, and you can't dispute HD fucking videos of you doing all this horrible shit. Mm-hmm. The court, that's my conjecture. The court has set additional deadlines for both the prosecution and defense to submit pretrial arguments, while the defense has requested an expedited trial to start date in April. But at the end of the day, now what do we have here? The 15th?
May, was it? You talking about May?
Oh, yeah. The trial date.
May 5th, I think.
May 5th?
That's what I think it was.
You think it was?
I think.
Is that what it is? Is that the number? Tell me now. I need to know. What is it? Get the date.
Get you a number,
I need the date of the Diddy date. The
Diddy trial date. The Diddy date. Diddy date, spring 2025. I thought I read May 5th. It just, everywhere I'm looking says May 2025. I swore I saw May 5th somewhere. Yes, May 5th.
Yeah.
There's your date.
May 5th.
May 5th, 2025.
So, April showers bring May flowers. Trials. Diddy. So far, Combs has appeared unfazed in court, hugging his lawyers, engaging them with a smile, smoking a cigar till a security officer grabbed it out of his hands and said, "Who the fuck do you think you are smoking that in here?" To which Diddy said, yeah. And then suddenly the courtroom broke into a disco. A ball came down. Everyone started dancing. It's like, can't stop this, can't stop that. And for one moment, Diddy was the old Diddy. And then everything disappeared. The lights came back on and Diddy was just there, a sad prisoner in his orange jumpsuit. No longer the superstar he once was. But for that 1 second, everyone felt the magic of a predator at his peak. I'm Charles Oscar.
Where the hell did this come from?
It's gotta be. Just making shit up as
I know, you're very good at it.
That was kind of like ChatGPT when it just doesn't stop. It just, you ever get like in those loops where it's just like, okay, you already said that 5 times in this story. We can stop that now, please. Or where like you could have ended this 12 times and it's just like a new sentence. But as we look back, and now as time has gone on, and like every paragraph.
Hey, did you see that they've taught AI to taste things now?
Hey, that's neat.
Yeah, it's only going to get crazier from here.
That could be really cool because that will come up with new flavors.
I don't know if I want an AI flavor. That's like genetically modified.
New
crops.
Chemically created flavors, fresh from the AI kitchens.
See, there you go.
It'll identify like areas of taste that are uncommon on palates. And probably try to, come up with a recipe or a combination of ingredients that would then hit some of those areas. That's my prediction. That's my prediction for Taste AI, which I'm kind of excited about. That'll be neat.
So everything's going to taste like cilantro is what you're saying.
Cilantro from space.
Cool.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
It's the future, everybody. Cilantro from space.
You're in the thick of a true crime saga, every detail sinking in. And then, wham, a commercial about something you couldn't care less about. It's like being served a microwaved dinner at a 5-star restaurant. But it doesn't have to be this way. Go for True Crime Today, Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts. With True Crime Today, Premium Plus, you get uninterrupted, ad-free episodes, extended interviews that dig even deeper into the muck, and early access so you can brag to your friends. It's like ordering the secret menu at a crime buffet. So, search for True Crime Today, Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts, subscribe, and savor every twisted detail without interruption.